Hello, hello! Mais um episódio aqui do Inglês no Micro Rádio. Primeiro eu gostaria de agradecer que você está aqui conosco mais um dia, mais uma manhã ou tarde ou noite, tanto faz. Maravilha! Então, eu tô aqui para falar que continua o nosso código do Cambly, que vai te dar uma aula de graça. Uma aula de graça, graça. 0800, open bar, do jeito que você quiser chamar. Foster?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are listening to this show, that is already a big step, showing a lot of motivation with your English. And I guarantee you, the next big step is creating a habit of talking to native speakers, like a routine where you're talking to native speakers a lot. That will help your English dramatically, and you can do that with Cambly.
Sim, exatamente. Então vocês já sabem. Cambly.com ou aplicativo do Cambly, se inscreve, não precisa colocar cartão de crédito nem nada. Quando você se inscrever, vai em menu, minutos grátis e coloca Inglês no Cru Podcast. Desse jeito, você vai ganhar a sua aula de graça. Então é isso. Só isso.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, on with the show.
Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English.
Hey, Alexia. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Foster. Finally, the weekend.
I know it's the weekend, so you're happy, and I think you're even happier that it's the last day of interview podcasts. Woo.
Yes. I mean, I like to record it, but they are all the questions are very hard.
Yeah. So if you listened to the last episode, we talked about some really hard questions about talking about your future in interviews. Alexia maybe got a little bit angry with me. I probably said some things I shouldn't have. So today we're going to let Alexia ask the question.
Yes. Thank you.
So, interviewer, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about why are you leaving your job? I mean, you are interviewing and maybe you are leaving a job, so they want to know why you're leaving.
Exactly. So unless you are just finishing university and this is your first job, or just finishing high school, you're probably leaving another job, or you're unemployed or something. And then in that case, they would say, why were you fired from your last job, or why are you leaving this job? Yeah. So, hard question. What I always try to do is focus on the experience, like what you can gain from this new job. So, for example, if someone asked me that question, I would say something similar to, hey, I really love my last job. It's really great. It still is really great. I have no complaints. But I feel like I'm kind of hitting a ceiling with my learning experience. And one of the most important things for me is to always be learning new things, learning new skills, learning new ways to help people, to help companies. And honestly, I think I just think there's a lot more opportunity for me to learn and for me to help. So there's nothing negative about my position right now. It's just the desire to grow.
Okay, good.
Bullshit.
Não é besteira, é importante.
Yeah, it's very important. But probably if you're leaving for a job, there is normally two answers, unless you are very privileged. Number one,
Salário.
more money.
Uh-huh.
My job does not pay me shit. I want more money.
Salário would be paycheck, right?
Yeah. Or I want a higher salary. I want more money. I want a higher paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second reason, your current job is not good. You don't like it. Your boss is mean. They don't pay you. It's not interesting. You want another job. Normally, those are the two reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the only rule, never say either one of those reasons. Unless maybe you're working on like Wall Street and you can be like, more money, capitalism.
Yeah, because this means that it will be more money for the enterprise as well. So they only think about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not wrong to say, hey, I want to make more money, but you better be really confident about why you can say that if you're going to say that. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Cool. So, Alexia, do you have another question for me?
Yes, if you have any other questions for me.
Yes. The final and perhaps most important question. Do you want to know why I think this is so important?
Why?
Okay, first of all, most people don't have any questions. And if people say, okay, do you have any more questions for me? And you say, no, that was good. Great. I look forward to hearing you. Number one, that just shows you're not very curious. You're probably not that interested in the job. And number two, this is the last impression that you're going to make on somebody before they make a hiring decision. So super, super important. So do you have any examples of questions, or do you want me to give some examples of questions
No,
first?
go ahead.
Okay. Welcome to the Foster interview show today.
Go ahead.
Okay. So one of my secrets with this question, not really a secret since I'm about to say it on a podcast, but if the person interviewing me has been working at the company for a long time, I always say something like, yeah, so I have kind of a personal question. Is that okay if I ask you a personal question? And normally they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I say, so you've been working at this company for a long time. You know, you've been working here for 15 years because I've done my research. I know how long they've been working there. And I say,
What makes you stay?
exactly. So I say, hey, I'm a young person. I'm 28 years old, and 15 years, that's a long time for me. Like, this place must be really special to you. I'm just curious, why have you stayed here so long? What do you love about it? And then they're like, you know what? This place is special to me. Let me tell you why. And then they give you a big hug at the end. Everyone's crying. And then they give you a huge starting bonus. That has not happened to me personally, but I imagine to some people.
Sim. Now some tips that what you shouldn't ask, like how much is a paycheck, if you have any kind of benefícios.
Benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another good word for benefits when we're talking about work is perks. Do you know that word?
You taught me.
Yeah, perks are like fun benefits. Like, it's just benefits.
What are the perks of living in the United States? You could ask someone like that.
Yeah, freedom. Trump.
Guns.
Guns, golden retrievers. No, perks could be like, oh yeah, every Friday we have free lunch or something. Or one of the perks of working from home is I get to create my own schedule, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have a happy hour once in a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good example of a perk. So with benefits, I think you can definitely ask about like health, security benefits, stuff like that. That's totally legitimate, but that should not be your only question.
Sim, claro. I was thinking, United States, depending on the job, but most of them, they don't give you like alimentação, 13º, essas coisas, né?
That's what they say. No, that doesn't exist. Some jobs, like if you're traveling, they pay for your food. Not super common.
I know if you're traveling, yeah, okay. But the daily basis, like you're not traveling, do they pay for your food?
No, most companies, it's more or less you get salary, then health insurance, and maybe some other random like insurance benefits, but that's it.
Yeah. And férias only 15 days per year, right?
Totally depends on your company, but I would say the average company probably has, about 2 weeks per year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Alexia, you brought up a good point that I just want to end on when you talked about salary. So this is really hard. If the interviewer asks, what are your salary expectations? They're saying, how much money do we need to pay you? That's an incredibly hard question. Because if you say something, a super low number, maybe they say, okay, cool. Yep, you're hired. You just lost $30,000 a year, but you're hired. And if you say something outrageously high, that can be a problem too.
Yeah, I would try to research how much the average paycheck from the
Average
enterprise
salary.
and the average salary and from the area,
Mhm.
right, that I would work. And I would say more or less a little bit higher than it would be so they can negotiate with me and they would pay what I want at the end.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So a really good resource for that is glassdoor.com. They have most major companies. You can look at salaries for certain positions, industries. It's pretty cool. We'll link to it in the show notes. So I'll just tell one more story really fast. But in my first interview after I finished my international business degree, they kind of gave the idea that, hey, this is the salary that you were supposed to make after business school. And my first interview was kind of with a smaller company. I didn't really know what it was. And they said, what are your salary expectations? And I was not expecting that question. So I just said this number that I was hearing a lot in business school. And I remember the interviewer just looked at me and said, really? And I just looked at her back and she went, really? And I said, yeah. I mean, obviously it's negotiable, but yeah, so the door is this way, right?
Where is the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom? I think I'm going to have diarrhea in my pants. Cool. So, Alexia,
So this is the last one.
I think it is perfect to end a week of interviews with talking about diarrhea.
Oh my God, Foster.
That's how you get jobs in the U.S.
Para com isso.
Party. Next week, we will be back with fun new episodes. We've had some really, really interesting suggestions from students, some of which Alexia does not even know about yet. But next week, we'll have a lot of fun.
Ótimo. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, me either. Cool. Alexia, I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bom final de semana. Muito obrigada por ter escutado mais um episódio aqui do Inglês Necro Rádio. É muito bom ter você juntinho assim de nós. Faz muito, muito carinho no nosso coração, digamos assim. Então você que está interessado em saber mais sobre os nossos produtos e saber mais sobre a gente, o que a gente oferece para vocês em relação a estudo, a challenge, a curso, vá lá no inglesnecro.com e você pode ver mais sobre as worksheets, por exemplo.
Yeah. If you want to really improve your English, if you want to learn more about the ways you can do that and just connect with us on a deeper level, go to inglesnecro.com. And as always, keep up the good fight.
And lose well.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.